Welcome back to the channel and back in the DCS World Mission Editor, and today we're carrying on with our Precision Strike Mission Maker series, episode number 4. And today we're going to be focusing mainly on the putting in our pop-up threats and any airborne assets, that any airborne hostiles to engage us with, and we'll put them on a random cycle so that it won't be the same every time we fly the mission. Okay, so let's start with our airborne threats. So I'm just going to use combined red as the airborne threats rather than anybody else, because I can select anybody, and they can play as anybody. So Syria, I know still, they used to fly at least. MiG-21s, I think they still do. So let's have these on the runway. These will be one of the options. So let's come down and select our Syrian. I prefer that one, I think. And let's give them that sort of loadout. So let's have these on as a late activate, because he's actually just going to take off from the runway anyway. So that's fine. So let's call these airborne hostiles 1, and what I'll do is I'll put them on a cycle. I have one set off on the runway here, another group that might come in from the north or maybe from the south actually, and then I'll also have a ground, like a neutral sort of ground unit that I can assign, so the airborne asset hostile won't activate every time. So if I have just 1 and 2 hostiles activating every time, then there's always going to be an airborne threat. If I want my mission to be random, sometimes there might not be an airborne threat. So if I have another asset on the ground that's neutral, that's not going to do anything, and have that in with that same loop, as you'll see, then it won't always be somebody airborne and hostile. So that's the idea anyway. Sometimes it just might not be. If you've got air supremacy, you won't have anything to contest with from the hostile side. So that's the idea anyway. So let's go ahead and select 2 of those. That can be one option, and they will just get airborne. And in fact, let's just have them say here, and set them to go to 450 knots, whatever, straight away, and they can just go. In fact, it doesn't really matter, because I come to here and select set their option to their ROE and have that as weapons free, so they will just engage anybody that they see as friendly. So friendly force, well, hostile for them but friendly force for us. So anything that's blue air is probably the better terminology to use. Anything that's blue air that's in the airspace, they will just go after, rather than anything else. Okay, so hopefully our F-15s here, they should sort them out for us, but that's not to say that they will. Okay, so yeah, that's fine. So happy with those. That's 2. So we'll have them late activated. Then just copy the name. And then how about for the next set, some MiG-29s, because again, I think Syria fly MiG-29s. I think. Yeah. What's that? At least we've got a skin for it, at least anyway. Let's go with something like that. Probably won't have a fuel tank on. So go ahead and remove that load. Let's call these hostiles 2. So 2-1. And how about we have 3 of these guys? Again, these might come in from the south. We'll have these late activated as well. These can be up at 21,000. They can come steaming in, and that way, and they can be weapons free as well. Weapon free. Cool. And then let's just have something neutral on the ground. Let's just have Let's just change the UN, just for argument's sake, from blue to neutral. It's not going to make any difference. It's not going to change anything there, so we're happy. Oh, United Nations peacekeepers. That's fine. Just going to go ahead and plonk something down here. Let's just have it unarmed. Truck. Makes a difference. Because all they will be is if... where's he gone? Oh, there he's gone to the train, hasn't he? So now either one of those three will activate. Obviously, if the track activates, we'll have no airborne threats coming at us. But if they don't, then we'll either have one of these two. That will be the theory. Anyway, so let's go ahead and late activate that. Put him on the road. No, we'll have him off-road. Makes no difference where we're going to put him because he's neutral, so nobody's going to attack him anyway. Okay. But we will call him Airborne Hostile 3, just for ease of finding him. Okay. So, next. Let's think how we want to do this. So, flag 11 is going to be the push, which is what we want. So maybe if I activate these 5 minutes after the push, because the F-15s will be there first. So what time's there? 37, 41. So it'll be more or less straight away. So maybe if we make that 8 minutes. So let's do that. So let's just call it Airborne Hostile 1 spawn. So if flag is true, so we want flag 11 is true, and FX is the best way. Let's just go, can we go time since flag? Yes, there we go, that's better. Delete, so flag 11, what do we say? Say roughly 8 minutes, let's just min2 sec. So it's 480 seconds. New. We want random. 5%. And that should be good. So 10 to 5%. Yes. Then group activate. Airborne Hostile 1. Then we'll clone that. We'll call this one Airborne Hostile 2 spawn. 2. Clone. 3. 3. Okay, so let's see if we can run that simulation, see what it does for us. Okay, so let's go ahead and check out our map. So obviously I've got to wait till that we've pushed, so I'm just going to go ahead and initiate the push, and then we will speed up a little bit. There we go, we've got the MiG-21s this time, which is cool. So they should start rolling. Cool, so happy with those. So we've got them. So every time now one of those will spawn individually, and it will change. It'll be different every time, which is what we want. So now, do we want a SAM pop-up SAM threat? Yes, why not? Let's have a pop-up SAM. So template and combined red. Is combined red the right way to go? What's under insurgents? They don't have anything. Aggressors? No. If I go Russian though, it's not going to do anything, so I know, let's do Iranian, because they'll have something which they do, and they'll be hostile anyway, so that's fine. So let's say this pop-up SA6, that's just going to come in for us. We don't know, but necessarily know about. Do we want SA6 or SA2? Let's have a look. See what the coverage is for an SA2. Let's go SA6. Happy with an SA6. And let's say they pop up. And where do we want them? Let's just say they pop up here. Not bothered really where they are to a certain extent. So hostile SAM, no. SAM. Let's call it pop up. Pop up SAM 1. Pop up SAM 1. Okay. I'm gonna make these late activated as well. Okay, and I'll do the same. I'm only going to have one SAM as a pop-up, but then I'll also have another, just a neutral civilian thing that I can alternate between, so we won't always get the pop-up SAM as well, because some sites aren't always active. They go cold just to lure you in sometimes, from what I gather. So again, let's go just UN, United Nations Peacekeeping. Can be a bus, whatever. So let's pop up SAM 2. Bus is fine. Let's make it something else. Nah, bus is alright. Make it low poly because we're not going to see it anyway, so I'm not too bothered. So that's late. That's late. And I'm going to do the same again, same as these. However, I will do it off a different flag. So let's go ahead and paste. Pop up SAM 1 spawn. So flag 2 is flag 12. Sorry, is the push of another set of aircraft. Or yeah, and they'll do that automatically. So we'll do time since flag 12 is let's go with 5 minutes. That's what 300. Random 5, and we want group activate. Pop up SAM 1. Clone that, and pop up SAM 2. Okay, and those that can stay the same, but we'll change that to pop up SAM 2. Okay, we're happy there. Yeah, that's fine because, like I said, my system's borderline getting pretty saturated now, even using the multi-threaded version, so I just need to be careful with how much I'm adding. I might need to take some stuff away maybe. Let's show all the hidden. So what's the world looking like? So you can see I've already removed some of the sound systems that make up the rest of the template, again just because it's becoming too heavy for my system. I don't have the greatest system in the world, so I've got to be careful of what I'm doing. So realistically, it should be okay there. Yeah, okay, happy. So that's fine. So I've got my airborne, hostile airborne assets, and I've got my ground, my pop-up SAM that may come in or may not. So just make sure it's late activated, which it is. And that's late activated, which it is. Perfect. So I'm happy there. So I think that we're just about there, really. I suppose the next thing to do is just give it a run through, which I'll do in the next episode. Or I might just do it offline actually, because again, you don't really need to see that, because I'm going to fly the mission anyway. Maybe that's the one I'll show you about what happens. I'll have a think. But yeah, that's that. I'm just trying to think, is there anything else that I want to add? So I've got my ship, got my other assets flying in this way. Some will tank, some won't. Some will cap, strike, come out. Some will tank, some won't. And then return to the ship. Time 6:45. It's early in the morning anyway. I might make it earlier just for the mission, just to see what it's like. Might be nicer. Just for the sunrise, bit of a nicer effect, I think. I'll have a play about. Anyway, thanks for tuning in for this episode. I know it's a short one, but we're getting close to the end of this sort of mini series on the precision strike. Until next time, I shall see you later. Goodbye.